Good evening and welcome to a new edition of the news. Prime Minister Omar Razaz started meetings with parliamentary blocs after he presented the policy statement to the lower house seeking the lawmakers' confidence. During the meeting, Razaz responded to comments and questions raised by the MPs on issues of concern to the country and its citizens. The Prime Minister said that the government will revisit the income tax draft law, adding that the government's efforts will also focus on controlling spending and reducing borrowing. On the new government team, he highlighted the need to give the ministers an opportunity to assess their performance. The government, Razaz added, is working on an executive program that will be announced in 100 days, noting that it includes specific programs and projects. Chinese President Xi Jinping announced that his country will provide Jordan, Palestine, Syria and Yemen with $100 million in humanitarian assistance. Speaking at the 8th ministerial meeting of the China-Arab States Cooperation Forum in Beijing, the Chinese president highlighted the friendship and strong ties between China and the Arab countries. Attending the forum was Minister of Foreign Affairs and Expatriates Ayman Safadi, who affirmed that Arab-Chinese cooperation will pave the way for economic, commercial and cultural accomplishments that will reflect positively on both sides. On the Palestinian issue, the minister stressed Jordan's keenness on wider cooperation with China with the aim of resolving the conflict. Safadi said Jordan is also looking forward to working with China to reach a political solution to the Syria crisis that preserves Syria's unity and stability and allows the return of Syrian refugees to their homeland. On the sidelines of the meeting, Safadi held talks with his counterparts from Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Palestine and the UAE State Minister. Safadi also held talks with his Chinese counterpart, Wang Yi, on means of forging closer ties between Jordan and China. The two ministers stressed their keenness to develop economic, trade and investment relations and increase cooperation to solve regional crises and achieve security and stability in the region. They also praised the strategic partnership between the two countries announced by His Majesty King Abdullah and Chinese President Xi Jinping during His Majesty's visit to China in 2015. All 12 boys and their coach from the Wild Boar soccer team are now free from the Thai cave that has been their prison for more than 2 weeks in what has been called a modern miracle. The final boy emerged into daylight today. 19 divers helped escort the final 5 members of the group out of Tham Luang cave in the toughest rescue operation of the past few days. The youngest of the group, aged just 11, was one of the last to reach the surface. The boys and their coach became trapped on June 23rd when exploring the cave complex when a rainy season downpour flooded the tunnels. All boys are now in hospital, most in good health, but quarantined because of the risk of infection. An unusual pop-up museum in the Portuguese capital Lisbon opened its doors, promising to take visitors on a journey through a world of wonders, especially for those with a sweet tooth. The Sweet Art Museum is Europe's first digital museum dedicated to happiness, being silly and having a good time in an imaginary world. 8 colorful themed rooms offer interactive experiences, including the Splash Mellow Pool, Ice Cream Land and Gummy Game. Visitors have access to an app that allows a better interaction with the displays during the tour, like virtual reality games, holograms and photo competitions. The museum is open until the end of August. To Russia and the World Cup. It is showtime now between France and Belgium in the semi-finals being played in St. Petersburg. Today's clash has all the makings of a classic, with fans and viewers likely to be treated to the sight of 2 wonderfully attacking teams going toe-to-toe. Though France, the world champions in 1998, are slight favorites to go through, Belgium tend to step up their game against these particular rivals if history is anything to go by. The winner of tonight will play either Croatia or England in the finals on Sunday. We are now almost in the second half and it's still a 0-0. Five times World Player of the Year, Cristiano Ronaldo has signed for Juventus from Real Madrid. The contract for Ronaldo is for 4 years until the end of June 2022. Juve are paying Real Madrid $117 million for Ronaldo, the club's record signing, eclipsing the almost $100 million paid for Gonzalo Higuain. Ronaldo won 4 Champions Leagues and 2 La Liga titles at Real. And finally, for a quick look at the weather. It will remain relatively hot across much parts of the kingdom tomorrow, with northwesterly moderate to brisk winds. Amman can expect a high of 32 degrees Celsius and a low of 18. In the Gulf of Aqaba, hot conditions prevail, with daytime temperatures at 39 degrees, dropping down to 25 at night. And with this, we come to the end of this edition of the news. I'm Ali Atuqan. Thank you for joining us and have a good night.